Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint chapters 230 onward. I'll go maybe like 30 minutes or so, I don't know. Maybe a little bit less than 30 if I finish 2 and it's at like 28, but you know, I don't mind doing 2 or 3 or however many it ends up being. I want to say thank you all for your comments once again. I refreshed myself, read through them before coming to read this. I really had fun reading everything. Thank you to everybody who's been marathoning through and catching up. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And I don't think there's too much left to say other than, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with the hatching of the egg. We might not quite get into it yet. We might be doing some other stuff first, but I think we're really getting close. So I have been waiting for a while to have, you know, baby Dokkaebi Yusung or however it's going to work. I'm excited for all of that. I've recently finally, for weeks and weeks, I had been, you know, forgetting or was too busy with something else and couldn't watch Dr. Bonehead's reactions week to week. I need to go back and marathon the ones I haven't watched. But for the past 2 weeks, his read-throughs on Sundays I've watched. So that's going to help me because really, I think earlier on when I was maybe around like 50 some, like chapter 50 some, 60 some, I went back and reread. I don't remember when exactly that was, but other than that, I haven't really been rereading. So watching somebody else's read through, I also want to go watch Pyropramas. So watching somebody else read through, I think that, you know, getting to go through the series again that way will help me notice more things. Again, much like Dokcha, reading again. I think that will help me since I have only read most of this just the one time on video, and then of course I've edited it so I've gotten to see it again that way, but you get my point. I don't think there's anything else to say, so I'm just gonna start reading. Thank you for sticking through the 2-minute long intro. So we start with 243. Just why are you going this far? We have Eileen. There's a story I want to see. Why was I about to say limit? What? Where did my brain get that? There's a story I want to see the end of. Then, are you saying you plan to reach the end of the scenario? Something like that. A seeker of the end. I heard about it from the constellations on my home planet. There are those who pursue the end of these stories within the star stream. Looking back, there were people like that, but it's not time to make a serious move yet. But if that's a Dokkaebi, does that mean it'll turn out like the other Dokkaebis we know? I won't let her. Not all Dokkaebis. You know, I've been saying Dokkaebi as a plural. I have not been saying Dokkaebis. Not all Dokkaebis become the same kind of streamer after all. You know, much like real streamers, there's a lot of really, really morally bad ones, but there are some good ones too. How did you get this egg anyway? I've never even heard of the Wenny men getting their hands on one. Well, it looks like you went through something that's difficult to talk about. And we have Han, who has a bit of kindred spirit here. Childbirth is indeed strenuous. I think you're under some sort of misunderstanding, but I didn't lay this egg. I understand. No, really. And I start shaking. The Dokkaebi egg has begun to hatch. Starts floating into the air. We have Pokemon hatching. Starstream watches over the birth of a new streamer. That's such a funny sentence. Starts cracking open. Come forth. Embrace your fate along with your birth. As eternal beings that must love stories and live on. And it's so cute. It's more like a Digimon than a Pokemon. The Dokkaebi King said that in TWSA. This birth cannot be considered such a blessing. I really hate Dokkaebis, but seeing it like this, I feel differently. We have first stage Digimon being born here, because she had to be born into a world like this, that has stories, which she must love and live on through. We have crying. Yes, I made you that way. It's so cute. So go ahead and resent me. The baby Dokkaebi stares at you. The baby Dokkaebi thinks of you as its parent. The baby Dokkaebi's soul connects with you. I've waited a long time, mister. And we have the soul of 41st Yusung. Man, she's so pretty. I really like Yusung. Long time no see, Yusung. Time is flowing slowly around us. So it's a bit of a weird parent-child relationship and everything. One thing I love that people have brought up in the comments too is it's cool how Dokcha came from such a messed up parental situation and yet does as well as he does with all of the kids. Kim Dokaja realized that this must be Dokubi's time. In order to manage and judge many channels simultaneously, Dokubi's cognition speed was exceptionally faster than other beings. You have achieved something unbelievable. You have become the first human to carry a Dokubi egg. You have obtained a new story. Father of a Dokubi obtained. I love this. That's so cute. Don't apologize. I chose this. I'm still sorry. You're amazing, mister. Even the captain of round 41 wasn't at your level. I'm still nothing special, and there's still so much to do. You need my help, right? Can I really do it? You'll do great. I'll help you. The captain of round 41 failed. I gave that my text box voice. The captain of round 41 failed. We'll face even worse things in the future. We can take our time. You can understand a difficult book if you read it enough. This is just like that. We just need to face it together. Once I'm truly born, I won't be able to remember you. Even if I act like a fool, please don't tease me too much. I'll try. I hardly have any good memories about the scenario, but if I still have to tell a story, I want to tell it for you this time. Man, I'm not quite tearing up or anything, but this is one of the best scenes in the entire series so far. The scene is so good. The 73rd Demon Realm's first channel is opened. And then BI 90594. What are you going to name it? I mean, it would be right to name it Yusung, kind of, but it would also be kind of weird to name it Yusung, considering we have another Yusung. Cute. Biu. Adorable. Naming it after its mother. Then, Omniscient Reader, episode 243, chapter 40, Hatching. And I love that the title splash now is us looking through Biu's channel. Part 2. Connection with your supporting constellation has been severed. And we see Yusung looking at the box. Hey, why are you crying again? Dokja likes when we act grown up. Okay, so I wonder if it's been like that ever since his, quote-unquote death, and now it's going to be restored soon for Yusung. Get lost. He'll be back soon. You saw it too. The message you left me. Stay alive, Lee Gil-young. He never said that. Hey, watch this coin. If it lands heads up, Dokja's still alive. You tried that before. I like their outfits. Their outfits are cute here. And so what if you do that? It's not like he'll come back if it lands on heads. How many times has he died already? 41 times. And how many times did he live? 59. Are you sure you really want him to be alive? He flips the coin again. It's heads. See? What did I say? Constellation, god of naval warfare, used his probability. Why is he using probability for something like this? That's cute. That's adorable. A freshman girl. And they react. He said he was a freshman girl. That jerk told that story to my Black Flame Dragon and extorted his skills. Oh no. What are you talking about? Huon. Oh, are you okay? Did different monsters appear on your side? No, it's just there was suddenly an issue with my stigma. More importantly, could you finish what you were saying, so young? What did you mean? Well... Oh, and we see some dragons? I didn't really understand. Who are you saying is the freshman girl? Kim Dokja. Mr. Dokja is. No, that's not what I'm saying. Dokja's alive. How's that the conclusion? What I want to know is why. I don't know what the freshman girl and Dokja have to do with each other. But that might not be an entirely unreasonable story. Huh? Did you understand what she was saying? Did you learn some new skill? No, but I also think that Dokja's still alive. I suddenly wasn't able to use my stigma. What? My supporting constellation disappeared out of the blue. Okay, so it happened to her too. Never mind, I thought it was just a thing with Yusung because Yusung's supporting constellation was Dokja. And the message that popped up, I found Kim Dokja. Okay, of course, because Uriel would be looking, and as soon as the stream opens up, Uriel would be in. Okay. It makes total sense. And now, I would recognize those feet anywhere, unless I'm about to completely be incorrect. That's Yu Jung-hyuk, right? So did he make it to the Demon Realm? You've arrived at your 16th personal scenario area. Cute! This scenario has a time limit. Okay, so is Uriel doing something to help Yu Jung-hyuk get there to him? Okay, and that's why Uriel's connection was severed. You must return to the main scenario area within the allotted time. Or maybe Uriel is using the doll as a vessel to travel there personally. You must return to the main scenario area within the allotted time. This could either be hugely helpful or hugely mess things up if Dokja's not exactly planning on it to happen this way. Or if Yu Jung-hyuk wants to be extra, tsundere angsty. Are you sure it's here? And then the doll nods. Oh, it's so cute. I love Uriel so much. That was so adorable. Okay. Let's continue reading. That was an amazing chapter. First, we get, I think, one of the best. I think the conversation here with Yusung was so emotional to me for Dokja and for his character. I think it's one of the best scenes in the entire webtoon so far. So we get that. Then we get all the stuff with the characters we haven't seen in a while, which feels so nice because we haven't seen them in a while. And then on top of that, we get Yu Jung-hyuk, my favorite character, Uriel, one of my favorite characters. I am so excited to keep going. I can't believe there was anybody who would ever say that they didn't like this arc as much as some others. This is, to me, the best by the longest margin. Like, this arc is so good. Now starting 244, you must return to the main scenario area within the allotted time. We see these shots again. You sure it's here? We have the nod. That's so cute. Do you really have to answer as a toy? Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says there's no channel here yet, so it's the only way. How can you send messages if there's no channel? Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says that it's possible with a symbolic body in contact with an incarnation. Are you allowed to do this? Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says it's fine as long as the Dokubis don't find out. No, but what about the constellations? For Archangel Uriel, the Demon Realm is forbidden territory, he thinks. Not only does she have to bear the danger of being here, but it must use up a lot of probability. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is greatly moved by Yu Jung-hyuk's kind heart. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says that it's honestly a bit painful. Why are you trying so hard to find Dokja? So cute. Oh my god, I love Uriel so much. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire asks you the same question. I think you've misunderstood. And then I just don't like that there's somebody out there impersonating me. It doesn't matter to me if that's Dokja or not. Tsundere. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire grins. Oh my god, she's so cute. Plus, there are a lot of useful items in the Demon Realm. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire giggles. I love her so much. And he's getting even more angry. He's such an edgelord. I love him so much. If you laugh one more time, I'm going to rip that body apart. And then some of these shots have looked like the same shot a couple of times with the same book and juggling there. Then, episode 244, chapter 40, Hatching Part 3. We get a shot of a clock up there, and this one is backwards. This one's reversed, mirrored. So, because of the disturbance caused by the revolution, okay, Psylocke we haven't seen in a bit, Count Psylocke just reminding us, just in case. We plan to restrict entrance to the industrial complex for the time being. We have people in the meeting. Therefore, we earnestly request that the Gilabot envoy remain here for now. They're all going to be guys, aren't they? Explosive Ombros, what a name. A marquis of the Gilabot industrial complex, and one of the prime candidates to be the next Duke of the 73rd Demon Realm. Have you finished what you came to say? Yes, then I'll take my leave. Okay, I kind of read the setup up here wrong. I thought that this looked like a big meeting table with a bunch around it, but not the case. Then he leaves. You heard that right. That's how things stand. And we have Duke Siswitz. Finally the reveal. Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't leave. Stay here in Siswitz for now and keep an eye on the situation. You realize that remark could spark a diplomatic issue, yes? You're much too sensitive. It's merely a measure to ensure the safety of our ally industrial complex's envoy. Just because of one measly little revolutionary? He killed 7 executioners and 2 marquis. I believe it's past the point where he can be called measly. In the revolutionary scenario, the last phase comes into effect once all the executioners within the industrial complex have died. So, to be precise, Duke Siswitz is currently in danger. But why is he acting so carefree? Okay, hold on, once all the executioners have died, then the last phase. Okay, just wanted to make sure I was, internalizing that. To think a revolutionary would appear just at this time. It must be a blow to your reputation, Your Grace. Is that so? I find it to be amusing. It's been 30 years since a revolutionary appeared in Siswitz. Without events like this coming along sometimes, we're not really living. That sounds like something the constellations would say. Can we not say so as well? Stories don't only belong to the constellations. It's best to gather as many stories as possible before the Demon King selection begins. I, for one, am glad that a strong revolutionary has appeared. If you're so confident in yourself, why are you holding me here? Why do you think? Siswitz lost both of his marquis because of this trouble, he thinks. I have no plans to betray Gilabot. Did I say anything of that nature? I was letting you know just in case. Then let me give you some advice, just in case. Do you think that Duke Gilabot can become the Demon King, or that Meladon or Birkin can handle the role? That's not something I can answer. No, you can, because everyone knows which of the 4 dukes in the 73rd Demon Realm is the strongest. It won't be easy. There are rumors that Meladon is working with Vedas. He's not the only one who can garner support from constellations. Do you mean? The Dokubis will come soon. Then, what will follow? The countless stars in the sky will soon flock down here. Then, the Demon Kings of the other realms will react to the constellation's appearance, and show themselves one after another. The 73rd Demon Realm is finally becoming a proper battlefield of the scenario. Have you gotten a connection for a channel? I sent a message to the management center. Is this why you let the revolution continue? It's just a bit of fun before the Demon King selection truly begins. The constellations enjoy carnage. You are a true demon through and through. I appreciate the compliment. I suppose that I'll be able to see your plant running for the first time in a while. The preparations have already been made, so you'll be able to see it soon. Channel BI 90594 was created in the Siswitz Industrial Complex, and they're surprised by it. Have you already called the Dokubis? And he's angry. Your Grace, I apologize, but there's an urgent report. Tell me. The plant doesn't have enough operational power. What are you saying? I distinctly told you to be sure there were power reserves. Well, it seems the citizens who came to work were pocketing the story fragments. Looks like we have one clever revolutionary. Perhaps he's the reason the Dokubis moved first. Send the Overseer and the slaves to the horizon. They can just collect story fragments again. Actually, we already sent them, but we lost. Okay, so Yujin probably just killed everyone. We lost contact with the Overseer who went out to collect the fragments. Now, we have those three. Looks like the Duke was making some pretty large-scale preparations. We have a bug guy taken down. I've never seen so many out collecting fragments. Okay, so never mind. They took out the Overseer, and the workers are still collecting. This worked out well for us. Haha, you know me. And of course, Han playing the spy role well. I'm the brain of Minosoft. If you ever become a constellation, that should be your modifier. Bring the slaves over here. We'll start mending those who are more stable. Bah! We have... So cute, BU. A new sub-scenario has arrived. Beginning sub-scenario slave emancipation. Thanks. Even if I can't immediately enter a main scenario, with BU's help I can get sub-scenarios when the chance presents itself. Okay, so BU can, like, spit out beneficial scenarios. It may just be a stopgap, but if I keep getting sub-scenarios, I can recover to my recover my incarnation to an adequate level before I run into the Duke. Kim Dokja thought to himself, I don't need to rush it. Time is on our side until Yu Jung-hyuk comes in. Then things might get questionable. I've got to prepare thoroughly to safely get through the Demon Realm scenario. And then a pop-up occurs. A new constellation has entered the channel. Okay, is that going to be Demonic Judgifier? Or is Sisowitz going to have to be like, okay, things are going not according to plan, we need to call the Dokubi now? A new constellation? Already? An anonymous constellation stares at the incarnations. Did you hear that message just now? What message? I just heard a message. Do they have lots of extra coins? It's surprising they're sending messages, or they're sending out messages the moment they got here. Bah! I suppose BU is getting a deluge of coins too. Dokja thought, I hope they're a benign one. The disposition of the initial viewers determine the nature of the channel. You know, kind of true. It determines whether the channel is about incarnation-seeking or thrill-seeking, as well as the sub-scenario's level of annoyance and difficulty. Alright. Every detail that the Dokubis can choose is reliant on what the viewers want. Yusung has already been hurt by the Dokubis' tricks countless times in the 41st round. In order to move forward in the scenarios, BU will have to keep going up against the constellation's desires. Bah? That's a good panel. The anonymous constellation discloses their modifier. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss is dissatisfied with the incarnations here. Alright, I'm not quite 100% certain what figure that would be. Nouveau Rich Snake Boss. That's not a good start. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss is bored with the scenario's development. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss is discontent with the Dokubi's clumsy progression. Nouveau Rich Snake Boss. A constellation who enjoys going into channels subscribed to by constellations weaker and poorer than him to make a mess of the scenarios there. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss wants some stimulation. So I wonder if we're going to need another constellation with better goals like Demonic Judgifier to come in order to help right things. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss doesn't want the collection slaves to live. You know, it's difficult, though, because if we want to build up BU's channel, we're going to need Dokja's, like, ally constellations that have been watching the whole time to come into here. But if they're all coming into here, that's going to weaken Byung and Byung's channel, right? Constellation Nouveau, unless they become a mother-daughter streaming team. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss doesn't want the collection slaves to live. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss says that all these incarnations who cooperate with the enemy should be killed. Constellation Nouveau Rich Snake Boss declares they'll give coins to any citizens that kill the collection slaves. And then we have the tension here. And we get another recap of the fake scenario, or the fake revolution scenario. And actually, I'm not sure if I have time for one more or not. I don't know. I do need to go edit something. I don't know if I have time. So, I'm going to end it here. I was kind of originally planning to do a little bit more, but this was nearly 30 minutes, so I guess it's fine. So sorry if you wanted one a little bit longer, but you know, even at 2 chapters a week, we'll be caught up. I think the official is on 263 right now. We'll be caught up, what, before it hits 275 in the official release, even if we only do like 2 a week. But especially if we're doing 3 some weeks, then, you know, we'll be caught up fairly soon. So I'll end it here. Even though I don't want to stop reading, I love this arc so much. Again, I think I discussed this as I was going through it. I definitely still stand by what I said about 243. The original scene there, the first scene, was one of the best in the series. And then from there, we got really good stuff with the other characters. I love it so much. This chapter, very good as well. I love the characters. I love everything that's going on. And for this, it's like one of those things where we don't really, like, we're kind of cliffhung, but my predictions kind of still stand, or my thoughts kind of stand, where I'm like, okay, so I think we need Dokcha's allied constellations to maybe come in and help right the channel's progression. But if they do, doesn't that mean that Byung's channel's going to be getting weaker, which is bad for Byung? So I'm not really sure what we do here unless channels can go together. Again, mother-daughter streaming duo, like I said. But yeah. Either way, I loved these chapters. I love this arc so much. Omniscient Reader just continues to get better and better. And again, here we are, 240 some chapters in, getting what I think is the best scene so far, probably. Like, a lot of the stuff with Dokcha and his mom was good, but I really... Oh man, it's so tough to say that it's like absolutely the best, because again, I've only read once really, but it's up there. It's so good. Like, that scene was incredible. Like, it felt just so emotionally satisfying. But yeah, and it's cool. I think this is a good way to do it, where it doesn't undermine 41st round Yusung dying, because, you know, she's still kind of dead, but instead of just being dead, we get her to live on in a new life, even if she doesn't have her memories anymore. So I actually think her losing her memories and just, again, just being BU in spirit, but not just literally being 41st Yusung all over again, I think is a really good way to handle it. I think that it kind of, you know, if Dokcha can give BU a good enough life, it's like, okay, it's worth it. It's a happy ending for her, but it also doesn't undermine any of the sadness. So I think that the story did a good job in every way. But yeah, either way, I'll end things here. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my thoughts and reaction. Thank you so much for all of your comments and everything. Subscribe for more Omniscient Reader, tons more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by sharing or by dropping a super thanks, it's very, very appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, again, help me keep making videos and also get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece Bingo a bit early, then you can hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, FR Nono, JA and the D-Ban, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stance Eater, and Pure Elements, Pater Real, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.